Hi, I'm Eric Kelly from KellyPlanet.com. This is a closer look at Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 4, Episode 24, The Mind's Eye. That's from Shakespeare, I think.
I'm en route to the planet Risa to attend an artificial intelligence seminar. Captain Picard has ordered me to arrive a few days early to have some fun and relax. I intend to follow his orders to the very best of my ability.
Artificial Intelligence Seminar on Risa. Yeah, sure, bud. It'll be 3 more hours until he arrives, and it's Geordi's mission to relax, so he orders up some Spanish guitar on the speakers and plays a trivia game with the computer. When, holy moly, there's a Romulan warbird. Because they just, do whatever they want in Federation space. Geordi tries to send a distress call, but it's being jammed, and they beam him off the shuttle. Oh, no.
Captain's log, stardate 44891.6. The Enterprise has been ordered to accompany a special emissary from the Klingon High Council to the Criosian system, where one of their colonies is fighting for independence.
That's Ambassador Kell, played by Larry Dobkin, and he directed the TOS episode Charlie X back in 1966. He's like, back in the day, we Klingons would just kill anyone who rebelled. Picard asks him if they plan to grant the Criosians independence, and Kell says, yeah, I guess so. We can conquer them again if we feel like it. And the Criosian governor, who is Klingon, has accused the Federation of aiding the rebellion, and he has evidence, and Kell's there to check it out. He invited Picard to be involved because he is well respected among the High Council. Back to the Warbird, and they still have the shuttle and a tractor beam. There's Geordi, and he does not look comfortable.
Welcome, Mr. LaForge. We've waited a long time to meet you.
I can tell you've gone to a lot of trouble.
You are going to be of great help to us.
I wouldn't count on it.
That Romulan guy is Tabak, and this is the first time we see John Fleck on Star Trek. He'll be back many more times, and I think he's a pretty good actor. Uh-oh, there's a Geordi clone or something. He's going to take LaForge's place on Risa while the Romulans have their way with him. So they take his visor and hook him up to a machine that sends images to his brain, and these aren't nice images. That figure in the shadows is Commander Sela, but we don't know that yet.
Once our work is done, LaForge will act normally, totally unaware of his conditioning. A perfect tool for our purpose.
Will there be any physical evidence of what you are going to do to him?
You can tell by the voice who that is, but that's a body double for now. Tabak says, nope, those blinky lights glued to the side of his head make it impossible to detect. He also mentions that Geordi's heart rate returns to normal once he gets used to the terrible crap they are showing him. So all they have to do is show him different, terrible stuff.
We change horrors.
Kell and Worf are checking out these maps and figure the rebels are hiding in an asteroid belt. Worf says these guys might attack freighters, but they doubt they would mess with the Enterprise. Krell says, yeah, especially if you guys are giving them supplies. If Picard says that's not going down, then that's not going down. We're still dealing with Worf's discommendation too, but that gets all fixed up a few episodes from now.
There are some members of the High Council who would thank you
Thank me.
for killing Duras.
My motives were personal, not political.
What matters is you acted on that day as a true Klingon.
Now we're in 10 forward, and there's Chief O'Brien. Oh, it's a Romulan holodeck. Geordi's been friends with him for like 4 years, and John Fleck says, hey, go kill your friend. And Geordi's like, yeah, okay. But he hesitates, so the Romulan sends some signal to his visor, and he just shoots the chief point blank. Tabak says, hey, good job. And we'll see that middle Romulan guy 3 more times on Trek. I don't think he ever has any lines.
Captain's log, stardate 44896.9. We are orbiting Crios, awaiting our first meeting with the Klingon governor. Commander LaForge has rejoined the Enterprise from Risa.
I think this is the first time we see the Onizuka, named for one of the astronauts that died in Challenger back in '86. Geordi says he had a great time on Risa, and as far as we can tell, he's perfectly normal. This is Crios, and it's all Klingonified. That's Governor Vach, and he's complaining about the Federation aiding the rebels. They have found medical supplies, which isn't a big deal, but also phaser rifles, and I think this is the first time we see these. Picard says, hey, we have to take this back to our ship to verify its origins, and Vach says, okay, fine, I've got hundreds more. Crios is the only Klingon outpost in the Federation border, and I doubt that, so Criosian independence would benefit Starfleet. Picard's like, come on, we're not your enemies.
And you speak the lies of a Tarkek? Gentlemen.
You swear well, Picard. You must have Klingon blood in your veins.
Well, not literally, but surely the governor is aware that Picard is the arbiter of succession to the current chancellor of the Empire. And those 3 go back to the Enterprise. Now we're in the real 10 forward, and Geordi has Romulan vision, so we think the chief is in trouble here. But Geordi just dumps his fruit punch on him because this was a test. O'Brien's like, no problem, I'll just go change. Data and Geordi are playing with that phaser rifle in main engineering, and there must be a safer place to do that. Everything seems totally legit, except the discharge crystals are way more efficient than normal. Who uses such crystals, and why doesn't the Federation?
I think we can narrow this down with a little common sense, Data. Who has the most to gain from a conflict between the Klingon Empire and the Federation? The Romulans.
Vox says, yeah, but Crios is nowhere near Romulan territory, and Picard points out that the Romulans would benefit from a rift in relations between the Klingons and the Federation. Kel says, hey, good job, Mr. LaForge, but Vox is still skeptical and wants his own guys to check out the phasers, and Picard says, yeah, fine, I'll see you later. Since they have nothing else to do, Riker and Data have been detecting E-band emissions, and they don't know where they're coming from. Of course, we know these are going to Geordi's visor, but I thought I'd point it out anyway. Brainwashed, Geordi is sending weapons down to the planet and erasing the transporter logs to frame the Federation. Governor Vogt notices right away, and he is not happy.
We intercepted the weapons you tried to transport. Maintain your position until further notice. Do not attempt to leave orbit.
Uh-oh, we have some reused footage of a Vorchak-class attack cruiser and 2 birds of prey. Data says, yep, my thing here says we did indeed send stuff to the planet, and Geordi says the logs are wiped, and that only a handful of people could have done such a thing. But they figure out whatever went down, it happened in Cargo Bay 4, so they go there. It turns out that only 4 people are capable of rigging the transporter: Data, O'Brien, some Lieutenant Costa person, and Geordi. And he's the only one without an alibi. And we know he did it. They tell Ambassador Kell all the things I just said, and Data says they've discovered yet another E-band signal thing, and Riker surmises it might be Romulan.
Vog is not noted for his patience.
Advise him that if necessary, I will defend my ship.
May I suggest that you issue an invitation to Governor Vog to personally witness your ongoing investigation? Qapla', Picard.
Kell is eating some sashimi in his quarters, and remember, he just got a whole bunch of inside information in the ready room. Geordi shows up, and Kell says that he's about to be exposed. They have to move up the schedule. I'm going down to the planet, and when I come back, I'll have the governor with me.
Your captain and I will bring him to the cargo bay. I want you to kill him there in front of many witnesses. You will claim that you acted on behalf of Starfleet in support of Criosian independence.
There seems to be no shortage of Klingons willing to betray the Empire to the Romulans. Oh, here they are. Let's go check out the cargo bay. Riker and Data figure out that the E-band things have been coming from inside the ship, and the last one from the planet. This would be a neat clue if we didn't already know that it was Kell. Data asks the computer if the signals are similar to anything, and it says, yeah, human brainwaves. So he asks, well, like what?
What kind of receiver would be capable of processing these signals?
A system designed to modify the electromagnetic spectrum and carry those messages directly to the human brain.
Now he's all caught up. Well, almost. It's obvious that someone is messing with Geordi, but now we have to figure out who that is. So Data heads down to the shuttle bay.
Scan the shuttle's structural integrity.
Submicroscopic deformations are present in the nose section and aft thrusters.
Probable cause of these variations.
The shuttle has been subjected to stress consistent with a tractor beam.
Oh, that's something. But we still don't know who is responsible. It could be Romulans or the Klingons.
I am reading anomalous variations in the molecular structure of these memory chips. Compare these variations with established Romulan replication patterns.
The patterns are identical.
Data calls down to Worf and tells him he needs to take LaForge into custody immediately. Worf's like, what? And Data says that is an order. Geordi is approaching the governor, and Worf tries to intercede, but the Klingon guys stop him. Why? I don't know. They have no problem with creepy Geordi over there. Watch this. He goes to shoot Vog, and Picard has the fastest reflexes of any human being ever. So he misses, and no one reacts at all. Picard just takes the phaser, and Worf takes Geordi.
Now the Federation would murder me to achieve its aims.
Governor, if I could explain this, I would.
I believe I can help, Captain.
Data explains what happened at the beginning of the show, so none of this is Geordi's fault. Kel's like, bah, I don't see any Romulans around here. Your guy was acting alone. And Data says, no way. We detected these signals, the Romulans brainwashed him. And these things weren't coming from a cloaked warbird. There's a Romulan accomplice somewhere on the Enterprise.
Who is he?
I have narrowed the list of possibilities to 2 people. The only 2 people who were with Commander LaForge all 3 times a transmission was recorded. Captain Picard and Ambassador Kell.
Data says all we have to do is search these 2 for a transmitter, and Kell's like, oh, no way, I'm an ambassador. But Vog says, don't worry, we'll take Kell and search him Klingon style. So Kell says, oh, Picard, grant me asylum. And he will, once his innocence can be proven, which we know it can't. The Klingons leave, and things are pretty messed up for Geordi. As far as he remembers, he spent some time on Risa and had a lot of fun, while he's actually being tortured and programmed. So he's talking to the counselor.
And tell me everything you remember about the shuttlecraft trip after you left the Enterprise.
I'm just not sure.
Believe it or not, that's a good sign.
If this gave you Manchurian Candidate vibes, that was on purpose. There were a couple of firsts in this episode. Both the Romulan and Klingon transporter effects are new. And this is the first time we see this type of phaser rifle, like I mentioned. There's a weird continuity thing going on. The planet here is Crios, home of the Criosians. And we'll see them again the next season and also on Enterprise. They look like the Trill will eventually look like on Deep Space Nine. And we get to see Famke Janssen as one. The thing is, in the future, it is never mentioned that Crios had recently gained independence from the Klingon Empire, nor does the planet look anything like this. At all. It's not even the same color. Both of these episodes are written by Renee Echevarria, so it's like, dude, use a different name for your planets. This is a solid episode, and it breaks the string of talk about feelings shows I've had to slog through at the end of this season. So I'm going to do 3 deltas out of 5. You can let me know how you feel about that. If you liked that video, thank you. Like and subscribe if you want to. Maybe make a comment. There's more Star Trek videos and related content on my website. Check it out at kellyplanet.com. I'm Eric Kelly. Live long and prosper.